Football's Britain's favourite game, watched by 30 million devoted fans every year.
I do enjoy a game day. I get excited as much as the fans sometimes.
But when passions run this high,
bullshit,
things can get out of control. So to keep everyone safe, all the professional clubs now work with a specialist football cop.
So the guys in the yellow and blue just do football. That is their full-time job.
Every club has got my equivalent. They've all got a dedicated football officer.
Across the leagues...
Fickle that, you loved me 2 minutes ago.
And for England games abroad...
Oh, we just come away from it. Yeah.
The football cops are there to stop trouble before it starts.
Let's have him out, let's have him out.
Turn around that way, turn around, keep walking.
Every Saturday up in our country, if there was no football policing, 100% it would be carnage.
Hey, Wizard, we're going to Wembley. You're not.
Whenever England plays abroad, the football cops go with them. They're out there to look after the England fans and make sure they don't cause trouble, either with the local cops or the home crowd.
I'm Lizzie Lewandowski. I'm the Sergeant of the West Midlands Police Football Unit. England's very different from any other European policing. There's a whole circus surrounding England. When we're overseas, you've got no policing powers, so it differs incredibly. We're there to protect British citizens abroad. We're there to speak to the local police and to have that information and intelligence. But ultimately, it's not your show.
Club-level officers like Lizzie support 2 England DFOs who go to every international.
Nations League fixture, it's going to be held at the Allianz Arena in Munich. My name's Wayne Mitchell. I'm a National Dedicated Football Officer.
Being on the UK Football Policing Unit, best job in policing, without a shadow of a doubt for me.
This is an advanced briefing on match day -2 for Germany versus England.
When we're policing abroad, the greatest challenge is dealing with your own frustrations because everybody does it differently to you. So there is a real mix of what happens when England fans go overseas.
In 1985 at Heysel Stadium, 39 people were killed after clashes between Liverpool and Juventus fans. All English clubs were banned from Europe for 5 years, and the disaster led to the football policing unit being set up. Today, violence at England games is rare, but foreign police still get nervous when England football fans are in town.
Unfortunately, some countries do still police England on the reputation. It's not unusual to see officers overseas to be kitted up with their full public order kit, including helmets. And that's why we're there to speak with colleagues and to negate that threat of overreacting.
People buying cans in the bags on the floor there. They buy lots of cans and bottles.
Tomorrow, England play Germany in Munich. And guess what? Today is the anniversary of D-Day. So the first challenge for the football cops are England fans winding up both German supporters and the local police with World War II chants. The team need to persuade the German police not to overreact.
You can see they brought some more police resources in. So at the minute, our worry is that this behaviour is going to escalate.
And get the England fans to show some respect.
Hello, pal, you all right?
Good, pal, how are you?
Good. English cop, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate, yeah.
We don't want to give the cops any reason.
I'm on your side here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just hang the flag up on the wall or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks,
no,
pal.
no, mate.
Thanks, pal. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Working with the German cops, the team are looking for so-called risk fans, known to be trouble.
We saw about 10 who supported, but not
Yeah.
It's not a big group.
Do you want us to tell people what the advice is from you? Because we're quite happy to, just kind of get a bit of a message across. And
This is Lizzie's first England game.
Being told that, you know, I'd got into England was amazing. You know, there's only 12 people in the country, so competition's pretty stiff. It was a proud moment, and you know, it's one of the most, you know, the biggest highlights really of my career, being able to do the England operational football officer role, definitely.
We're a little bit afraid that all your supporters will come late.
We will start communicating with people that, just so they're aware, in possession of the facts, and if they choose not to, then...
There's a legacy, isn't there, from the sort of the 80s and 90s, and from what I see, England fans are, on the whole, a fantastic group of people. They're not, you know, it's not throwing plastic garden chairs in a European square a lot of the time, but I suppose that's what is highlighted in the press.
I'm a Brummie, so... Yeah.
Oh, you better.
Yeah. No, Wolves, I were.
I've still got to do a job because, unfortunately, there's still a few that let the side down. Sometimes we see people behaving in a way in other countries that isn't respectful to their country, that is, you know, committing crimes and offending people.
It feels like a bit of a sing-off. Oh, someone throws something and it's not a sing-off anymore, is it? But...
I think it's important that we engage with the supporters and let them know what is acceptable in this country and what wouldn't be accepted around behaviour.
At the end of the day, singing and drinking beer is no issue, is it? You know, you're having a good time, Kenny. It's just when it verges on, you know, disorder, so...
The cops are twitchy as hell.
But they look ready for action.
These are basically their TSG. The levels of alcohol consumption already are quite high, and not of them are drunk. So already we've got the 10 German bomber song going on. It's D-Day, so we're a little bit concerned about the behaviour escalating. So at the minute, our worry is that there's going to be some robust police intervention. But it's only 6 o'clock and there's a lot of time to go yet.
They're looking for one excuse, aren't they? Oh, that pint pot might have been enough, to be honest.
The vast majority of England fans go there to visit a new city, watch their team, they're passionate. But a minority go to engage in drink-related antisocial behaviour. We have to engage early with them and intervene early with them and tell them what you are doing is not acceptable. Just calm down, that's what I'm just saying. Just chill out.
We get the bad press everywhere we go. I've been in England everywhere I go.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to prevent. You're going fuck them, it's not helping, is it? Remind me your name.
You know me, you know
Yes, I do know you.
Darcy.
Darcy. I knew it was you.
You didn't know.
Amsterdam.
How the fuck you know it's me?
Ah, see?
You know it's me. No, you're not at all. Not
Amsterdam,
at all.
I've got your picture in Amsterdam. In that pub, that sailor's pub.
You don't know me. Not at all. No, where do I live then?
Wigan. You're at Wigan, see? I do know you.
No, you don't.
You were at Wigan, weren't you? But not matey boy, got hit with a crutch. McGilvery. There you go. Spotted, see? It's the ages where 18 to 30, 35, really young. It's all lower league.
They're drifting off though, aren't they?
There's a few drifted off. I mean, it's quite a significant police presence here than what there was when we first got here. So their presence alone is stopping people coming. Good old German Pilsner.
It's a long day.
At 7 o'clock, the owner of the pub will close.
That's a good idea.
Outside.
Shouldn't, even if we keep closing pubs every 2 hours, it just keeps moving.
You know, the pub's going to be shut in at 7. So the German police say Marienplatz, which is about 200 metres away.
The fans take the advice and head to Marienplatz.
So, it's gone well so far.
Yeah. Good work.
They listened.
But with many fans already getting hammered, the cops know it's going to be a long night.
Just do us a favour, come off the tables, yeah? I've just pulled a few off the tables, so...
You were in there, were you?
Yeah.
They've gone beyond talking to them.
The more out of order fans get, the more likely it is that local police will step in.
They're untalkable too at the minute, most of them. They're literally struggling to stand up, some of them.
The team pick off troublemakers for the German police, so they don't go in with riot shields and make mass arrests.
So he's been arrested for doing the hit and slew and swearing at the police.
For something like that, you have to pay 4,000 euros.
Really good. Trying to point out I want to stop. So The laws are different here. Listen to me, the law. If the German police ask for your ID, there's a law you have to give it to them.
It's a law?
Yes. There's a grid that England fans coming behind.
Das war eine Festnahme und Sie sind nachgedrängt. Und wenn Sie sich abhauen, dann wollt ihr Ihr Maul aufmachen.
Wipe out for English. I would just come away from here. Yeah. It's not worth it, yeah. I don't think that's going to be the last. This intervention, picking out people who have committed offences, arrested them, and then they will take them away very swiftly. So we've got people at the police station. We don't need to get their details here because we've got too many crowds and drunken groups.
In the end, just 13 England fans were arrested and thousands put in some impressive work on their hangovers.
Our aim is always that people go, enjoy an England fixture, and we have no issues. You know, that's a good day at the office, isn't it? And that's hopefully what we're there to influence and assist with the local police and with the supporters.
When England play abroad, just a handful of club-level DFOs are selected to go.
I'm not going to say
You're going to Italy, aren't you?
Tell her.
Yes.
Paul, Scunthorpe's dedicated football officer, has just found out he's been selected for the England-Italy game, the Euro qualifier in Naples.
The best day's got to be when I received that phone call to say, Paul, congratulations, you've been selected to be on the England team.
You're a part-timer.
What do you mean I'm a part-timer?
You went to Qatar, and then you have to have another 2-week holiday.
What have you been telling her? I've said nothing.
When you're picked, that call, it is just like you are going to represent your country with UK policing, English policing. Yeah, it's a fantastic feeling.
So you won't be able to misbehave in Italy either.
I'll never misbehave. I've got the Italian covered.
Dave has been to every England game in the last 20 years.
What time are you flying out?
Arriving in Naples at 20 to 5.
Are you going?
No, she's not. She's at uni.
See, I can't see why Uncle David won't take you.
Yeah, Uncle David.
Uncle David's wallet. Not missed an England game since September, October 2004 in all qualifiers, friendlies. I'm stupid. It cost me thousands. I went to Brazil for 3 days.
Why'd you do it?
Because I don't like missing games. It's as simple as that.
But this game's a bit different. Last week, major football violence erupted in Naples.
Have the FA put anything about last Wednesday?
No, nothing.
On Wednesday, the historic centre of Naples was the scene of a pitched battle between Eintracht Frankfurt fans and the Italian police.
This footage is from Naples on Wednesday afternoon. It's a clip of the disorder that was happening in one of the streets where a police van has ultimately been attacked. You're talking about 40, 50, 60 people plus that have then turned against the cops, the Italian cops. When we police with England, we are, in effect, tourists. When I do it at Scunthorpe, people know me. They know that I am Paul Hurrell, Scunthorpe United cop. And I would like to think that if I was being attacked, the Scunthorpe supporters, if it was a Scunthorpe game, some would look after me, and they'd certainly rag me out of the way. With England, it's different. I am just a person.
Paul has good reason to worry about getting hurt. He nearly died when he first became a cop.
We were called to a job, and it was a potential commercial burglary. And as we're going through the lights, a lorry has tried to beat us through the lights and he's hit my side of the van head on. I had a fractured skull, fractured eye socket, all my face was shattered, all the right-hand side. Fractured back, right arm, hips, knee. I remember the consultant stood at the end of the bed and he said, Paul, I could literally lift your head up like an egg and it would come apart. I was in hospital in total, I believe, about 15 weeks. I had to learn to walk, talk, and do everything. So from accident to actually being able to walk and function relatively normal, it's about 5.5 years after the accident. Now, In a situation out in the field, there's certain times when I'm scared about what I'm facing because it's the fear of the unknown. Fear then kicks in the adrenaline. I've got to get through this, I've got to get through it, I've got to deal with what I'm seeing. And when you consider I could be part of a group of cops that is facing that sort of behaviour, yeah, I'm a little bit shit scared about it.
The football cops are heading to Naples for the England-Italy Euro qualifier. The city's known to be risky if you end up in the wrong place, but last week over 500 Ulster fans rioted in the streets, so the local police are on high alert. England DFO Stu knows just how dangerous a football mob can be.
France 2016 was my first tournament. We played Russia in Marseille.
Riots broke out after Russian ultras attacked English fans.
I'm in an alleyway surrounded by 300 Russians, and I'm thinking, shit, Jesus, like, this is bad, this is proper bad. It's like a war zone, really. There was people lying all over the place, England fans with blood all over them. There were so many people injured, we had 5 people in intensive care, and there was probably 50 England fans in A&E as well, with various injuries. These Russians had MMA gloves, koshes, and they were kicking, punching, attacking anybody. We came across a French CRS battalion. One of them was doing CPR on an England fan. It wasn't just him on the floor, there was hundreds of people all over the place, some still lying on the floor, sitting on the floor, with T-shirts over their heads covering cuts. It's pretty much like a scene of a bus crash, really. In Naples itself, there's reputational issues around mafia, hooligans. We're thinking, are the supporters going to be safe?
Flying out with the team is Cardio, Coventry's dedicated football officer.
If you'd have said to me, growing up, you'll be a DFO and travel the country, working in football grounds around England and Wales, I'd have given you my left arm. If you then said you could apply and do it for England, both home and away, I'd have probably given you both my arms. Previous colleagues have been to Brazil and Poland, some have been to South Africa. Whatever tournament you get to work for England on the national stage has got to be, you would say, the pinnacle of the career.
The team have heard that Napoli's ultras have made credible threats against England fans.
I think with any ultra group, it's the passion. It's the passion that they carry, and that can overspill into antisocial behaviour. With groups of ultras, they will dictate what their actions are and where they go. So that can be a huge problem.
With local ultras on the prowl and Naples police on edge after the riots, the football cops know it's going to be a tense weekend. But for the fans, it's time for a bevy.
We're England fans. We come, we have a drink, we have a bit of fun, and that's it.
It'll be a 2-1 win to Inglaterra.
We ain't looking for trouble, we're just looking to enjoy the game. There's always them people. If you want trouble, you'll find trouble. If you want to watch football, you'll watch football. That's it.
Dave's here with mates he's met following England over the last 20 years.
We're walking down to the Maradona mural down here in the centre of Napoli, where, of course, he is God, whereas in England, we class him as the hand of God. I go with Neil, he's a Tottenham fan, Lee is a Sheffield United fan, and Dane, who is an Everton fan. Quattro, mix. Grazie. It's not just the football, it's the friends you meet. And we're all here for England. We're not there for your Chelsea v West Ham brawl or your Millwall West Ham brawl. We're all there united.
After the riots and knowing Naples' reputation, Dave and his mates are planning to keep a low profile.
I'm not going to get caught up in...
That's what I mean, go up from here about 7ish and get in before any people come up and the crush starts, and get in. And if you see police with batons, just stay out of the way of them.
I went to Russia for the World Cup. I booked a hotel, 30 quid for 2 nights, and turned out to be a brothel.
Some of the countries that we've been to and I've been to, you still hear them, some England fans describe as like the English disease. But that's the legacy that they've had from sort of like the Euros in France and places like that.
It's all scaremonger for British media. The trouble I've seen is like, I come from locals having a go, or the local police being too aggressive. You know, he used to be England fans, but not anymore.
England fans and all us, but not all of us are. No one's here for trouble at all. If someone comes there and threatens and attacks us, yeah, we'll do something about it. But no one's here. No one here. I'm really going awful, really.
Some people, they see England, they see hooligans, they see shaved heads, they see 10 pints of lager. They still see and think we're going to have the hooligans from the 80s marauding through our town and city. Whereas it's moved on from then.
To get official tickets for an England game, you now have to be a member of the England Supporters Club, and anyone who commits a football offence abroad is automatically banned from future internationals.
You've got the England Supporters Travel Club. You have to show ID. Any misdemeanour, you're struck off that. You don't get a ticket. You have to earn loyalty points. So if there's fewer tickets, only your higher loyalty points can get that. So they've been to the most England games, so they're more reliable.
Take back the crew off your face!
Despite the local police having obviously the up-to-date documents and reports and assessments off all our people, they're like, yeah, but it's still England, so we'll default to type as to how they were 20, 30 years ago.
Despite their plan to stay clear of trouble, one of Dave's mates has been threatened by a local in the bar beneath their flat.
In all the years, we haven't had this like this.
No, never.
The threats of the Ukraine and South Africa and Brazil. We've never had it where you've been spiked within minutes of being here.
The only time I'm going out is tomorrow to go to the ground.
I'm not being intimidated by some knobhead who's pissed up.
I bet he's got a gang of them somewhere, hasn't he? He'd just go like that, and I bet there's like a little army come out, don't they? But if it's the area, then everyone's going to be the same, aren't they?
You don't know that?
You don't know?
It's mafia. It's a big mafia place here, isn't it? So...
Gomorrah.
Yeah.
If you look on the forum and see where everyone's congregating, if they are tonight.
Well, I don't fancy going into big groups, because that's when...
I feel a lot safer than I did when there was...
I know what you're saying, but look what happened in Marseille. In 16, big groups.
Definitely rattled me.
I know it's rattled you, I can see. Not a lot rattles you. 3 northerners and a southern wuss.
The most important part for me is about you guys and your safety while you're out here, because that's down to me, and making sure that you all go back to your families and your loved ones well.
It's match day, and Superintendent Colette Rose is passing on the briefing from local police.
The Italian authorities felt there was a risk to England football fans in Naples, and particularly the port area, so they could find themselves under attack. So that could just play out spontaneously. It was also really clear that they did want them to use buses, which is not going to be a popular mode of transport, is it, for our fans, because of experiences at domestic fixtures and the length of time it takes to get there and to load the buses up. So it's just about trying to encourage them to take the advice that they're being given.
The football cops want to be out with the fans as much as possible, but they have to work with local police, and the Italians have told them to stay in the hotel until they're called.
When you do an international operation, you're always at the behest of your hosts. Sometimes you can be deployed from 7 o'clock in the morning right through till end of the game, 2, 3 in the morning. So the fact that At the minute, I'm sat in a hotel and not able to engage. It is a little bit frustrating.
Frustration is, when we had our meeting, a lot of that was, we really want you to communicate with your fans, we really want you to do it. Yeah, like I say, we're still sat here and probably won't get out till early afternoon now.
And what we're hearing is that it's not like that. We've not got marauding English coming that are going to drink the city dry, that are then going to just run amok in the city. There's none of that. We're not going to see that drunken, excessive antisocial behaviour.
But if we do, and we're in the right place, we can try and deal with it and nip it in the bud before it escalates.
Yeah.
But not from a hotel, drinking coffee.
It's late afternoon before the cops are finally allowed out. The Italians want them to tell fans to use coaches to get to the game.
Nothing to worry about. English speakers passing a message that the coaches are going 6:15, something like that. We pushed them back. We pushed them back.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
A fleet of buses have been laid onto the Diego Maradona Stadium, 5 miles away.
Chuck, the FA have put loads of coaches onto shitloads of coaches.
And the safest way to get from A to B is on a coach that's got a police escort. Yeah. There's no way, you know.
Coaches are unpopular with some fans because they've been known to go round the houses.
All right, gents, how you doing? We've been told just now by there's a load of Italian cops down there. They can take the beers, go back 6:15, and it's a direct route.
The official buses will go the direct route, which is about 25 minutes, traffic permitting. But you're not going to go round the Wrekin on them buses, guys. That's what we're being told, all right?
Whatever you do, don't have a piss in front of the cops, all right? Are we glorified babysitters? Occasionally, yes, we are. There's no doubt that they don't see, or the England fans don't see, the protection that we put around them.
There was a young lad just about to piss behind that. I've gone, stop!
We're almost there as kind of like advisors. It's just that kind of conduit between our fans and their police.
Yeah, we'll go on it, but if it goes that 3-hour journey, it's going to be a massive...
Yeah, well, exactly. We've told them that.
They don't want, do they? And none of us want that, let's be honest. All right.
Yeah, really pleased how it's gone in a minute, all engaging. So some are still going to get taxis or the metro, but we've managed to probably persuade 90% to go. We have to engage early with them and intervene early with them and tell them you're upsetting those 10 police officers there. It's probably not a good idea.
Somebody lets off a pyro.
The last thing that we want to happen is for a load of cops to go into a crowd of England fans. So we will do our utmost best to prevent that from happening.
The England game kicks off in half an hour. Dave and his mates kept their heads down and got to the stadium early by taxi.
There's been no incidents and it's great. Hopefully it'll be incident-free. And tomorrow, 2,500 England fans will go home, all in one piece. Nobody in hospital, nobody arrested, and hopefully it'll be a great couple of days people's had in southern Italy.
But the coaches that were laid on have taken a lot longer than promised.
They've been sat on a coach for 3 hours doing circles.
So some fans are only just arriving as the game's about to start.
We did our best to get as many people to take the coaches to the stadium, and then for some bizarre reason they switched routes and went another route which took twice as long.
You told us it was a 20-minute drive when we was on that.
Yeah, which again...
Fucking hell, mate. This has been 3 hours.
And that's what we've been...
We've just been discussing that it's just how it looks us. Yeah.
So where's the toilet? Because
3 hours?
Now for another hour to wait for a piss.
Literally, you just pass those vans, you're in.
And that's the thing. You need a wads and you're on a bus for 90 minutes. People shaking their heads up.
They're the standing up ones, aren't they?
You've been standing up on that for 90 minutes after being told it's a 25-minute journey.
England fans have been completely compliant. They'd used shuttle buses. It took them a lot longer to get there than expected, so some were understandably disgruntled when they arrived at the stadium because they'd expected to be there a lot earlier.
Thankfully, I am seeing more and more that we're in the square.
After last week's violence, extra cops have been brought into Naples for the game. And as fans build up as another checkpoint, the riot police are sent in.
Oh, more shields coming in. These are England members. These are England fans that have been vetted. Why on earth have you got police in full riot gear on a slope?
Some of the Italian police have still got that mentality that England fans will come and be marauding. They will come and cause problems. So I think the mentality sometimes is we've got to deal with them robustly.
As the anthems are sung, hundreds of fans are still being held back by the Italian riot police.
When I first got there, I didn't realise there was the potential for it to get as risky as what some fixtures had been. I didn't appreciate, when I'd applied for it, those situations that I may find myself in.
At that point, the mood had changed. For some reason, the visors had gone down and they were more prominent with the shields. All of a sudden, there's a bizarre decision to push forward.
The Italian police decide to move in with batons and riot shields. In the crush, as the crowd gets pushed back, several England fans are knocked down.
It's been knocked over for no reason. I banged my head, I burnt my hip. Right, we're supposed to be coming here and expecting the ultras to attack us. Not these fucking lot.
A man's been knocked unconscious and Paul and Stu are worried that he's badly injured, but the riot police continue to kettle the crowd.
This poor England fan's unconscious on the floor in front of the shields, and then we've got the shields pushing on us.
Stu, he's head against the curb. No, he needs medical attention. He's my priority now.
Give him first aid, do you understand? I was trying to give him first aid.
The four of us, our focus was to get to him. We were checking his pulse because he was unconscious, had blood coming from his ear.
That's come out the blue, that. Yeah. Just be ready for them to come forward.
There's been no warning of that going to happen. There's then a point where an England fan, he's literally to my right-hand side, and I can see blood.
When he's unconscious and I'm trying to get a pulse, there was a, like, oh my God, like not another Marseille.
Before the team can get the injured man out, the police push forward again.
I'd lost my shit. I'd proper lost it because I've got people that are hurt. There's more people could get hurt, and your own safety goes out the window.
With the Italian cops pushing the England fans down the slope, some of them turn on Paul.
They keep fucking... I don't know why they keep charging. I have no idea why they keep charging.
I've got England fans that are beside me, then starting to get angsty.
Listen, I have no idea, and that's what we were trying to do.
But yet, we've still got the Italians that are pushing further down, so the screaming goes up. There's that level of... It's not disorder, it's very much aggression.
You fucking stand there like cunts, because you're wankers. Populist wankers. Populist wankers.
When I'm in a situation and sort of like everything's bubbling around me, I put accident right to the back. And I think I've got to, for myself, don't think about all the damage that was caused. Sometimes you don't even have time to think about that. It's just dealing with what's in front of you.
A lot of the time when you're overseas, there's very little you can do when it's gone wrong. That split second, I did think it's a shit show at the minute, we need to move him. So you're just thinking we're getting that guy out because he's unconscious and he can't defend him. No one else is doing anything for him, so it was down to us.
The team finally get the injured man to an ambulance, but with the game already started, some England fans decide to call it a day, worried about more aggression from the Italian police.
Are you going back into the city now, sir?
I'm going to get away from this bloody stadium, it's crazy. The police are crazy.
We've got some fans who just want to leave. This has all upset them, they just want to go.
I've been following England since 2004. Yeah. I've been to Portugal, Germany, I've been to South Africa, I've been to America, and I've been all over the world. And I have to be honest, I haven't seen anything like this ever. And there's no football violence. We've been in Naples for the last 48 hours, and all of a sudden, we've come here and we're not allowed into the English part of the stadium.
This is ridiculous. You've got 2,500 fans that can't get in the stadium, and yet it's full of their lad. I'm sorry, but bad choices. We'll end up getting attacked for nothing. I'm not for this. I had an heart attack 2 years ago. I still love the club, but I'm not going to go through that. That's ridiculous.
But some fans do appreciate the football cops.
I've been following England away for over 20 years, and what the British police do when we go away is they look after us, they advise us, they tell us where to go, where not to go. The job they do is absolutely amazing. They're good people, they look after us, they make sure we're okay, and they can't help things like this. That's it. But we'll go again.
The injured fan was okay and there were no arrests, but the football cops are determined that nothing like this will happen at the next England game.
If you want to go to the ground, it's straight down that way, first left, Camp Street, will take you straight down to the away turnstiles.
Back in Birmingham, Lizzie's been told she's on the team for the next Euro qualifier in Malta.
You all right, how are you?
But for now, she's back to policing club matches in the West Midlands.
In Malta, I'm expecting probably a good atmosphere. They obviously don't have sort of a very active risk element themselves or hooligan element themselves, so I'm expecting it to be a much more of an engagement deployment as opposed to disorder deployment.
Enjoy your day. Yes, and you have a safe journey home, lads.
Only 1 in 8 football officers are female, and almost all of the problem fans are male.
It is different for women in terms of football policing and public order policing. I think because obviously you're in the minority.
You do need to calm yourself, Bab. You do need to calm yourself down. Because you're making a fool of yourself now.
They're making a fool of themselves.
I know, but why don't you just leave it?
No, I said he was with his mum and he was shouting, come up the stairs. So
yeah, and don't say things like, you know, slightly misogynistic stuff.
Right.
Again, it's not pleasant.
No, I said shag your mum.
Yeah, that's misogynistic. It's not nice.
Right, OK, fair enough.
Shag your mum, it's not nice, is it? I've worked football policing 18 years.
You're what, young? For 18 years?
Yeah.
Look about 21.
I'm not 21, mate. I'm 41.
I would say that we get a sort of a different kind of attention. You get lots of things said to you, you know, that are sexually explicit, that sort of thing. If I had £1 for every time I walked in a pub and said, oh, the strippers here, you know. So I think there is that difference, you know, which is sadly inevitable, I think.
No, and it's fair. I can understand why you're excited. Good win, fair play. No, you can't hug. No, I don't give away hugs.
I give away. Yay!
Perfect, yeah. Lovely.
In situations like that, where, you know, you get that situation where people are intoxicated, they've had a drink, they want to put their arm... You just want to say to people, oh, come on now, leave me alone.
Oh, I was just saying that, they don't... My problem is they're always all over you, like, trying to hug you and touch you. Yeah.
I've done this role a long time, and you know, it's still the same. It still hasn't really moved on in terms of that behaviour still there, and I think you still get spoken to in a way that... And I'm not necessarily saying that is a football problem. Potentially that is a wider societal problem, but, you know, that is something that I suppose that you almost, like I say, you become quite desensitised to that, and it's almost what you're used to at work.
The next step on England's road to the Euros is in Malta, and Lizzie and the team are here.
Just stick together initially and see what it's like.
Yeah, yeah.
Split it up.
Yeah.
Before any deployment, on our national intelligence system, there is a call for kind of information intelligence. Normally, there is some level of intelligence that comes through that you've probably got a little bit of a specific tasking around something. It might be that you're asked to look for an individual, or it might be that you're asked to look for people of note. So whether that is drug dealing, whether it's a safeguarding issue, if they're wanted. So that's what we receive on the morning as part of our briefing.
Charlton risk supporters, 2 named individuals, which I'll supply you with them before we go out.
Malta's pretty relaxed, and the football cops are not expecting any trouble. But they've been tipped off that British drug dealers are here. It's a growing problem at all levels of the game.
This individual, we have had intelligence for the previous 2 fixtures that he will be attending. He has got previous convictions for drugs offences as well.
Some fans have come to Malta hoping to find touts or just watching a bar. But most have got tickets through the England Supporters Club and can collect them once they're here.
Sorted. Can go to the game now.
As soon as the group was drawn, we booked our flight, didn't we?
You can't miss out on coming somewhere like this with England. Great atmosphere, great weather, great people. Best hobby in the world.
That's it, just the atmosphere and everything, being part of it.
Everyone's just here to enjoy it and support their country.
And once you come to your first away game, you're hooked. We can't miss one now, can we?
Very addictive. Very addictive.
Very addictive.
I'm Marco from Germany.
You got an English shirt on?
I'm not English. I have only an English shirt on, but I'm England supporter since many, many years.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah. I was also playing for the England national fan team 2017.
You got an England tattoo?
I have an England tattoo, 3 lines, 3 England here and England on my chest.
To England?
I am originally West Berliner. I lived in West Berlin, and there were the Allied soldiers, you know. And when I was a little boy, I was going for fishing, at the channel, and it was a British district. And so I was influenced by the English football virus, and since that time in the 80s, I follow England away,
How did you feel when Germany won the World Cup then?
I'm not interested in Germany.
Good attitude.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Germany,
What do your friends think?
They hate me.
It's the night before the game and Malta's bars are buzzing. There's been no trouble at all. So the cops are trying to find the drug dealers they think are in town.
It's a party atmosphere, isn't it?
At the moment, it's looking really, really good. Yeah.
Unfortunately, within society now, the use of Class A drugs is quite a regular occurrence, and is in football as well. We have seen an increase in possession of Class A at football, especially after COVID.
Yeah, we can just do one last assessment, can't we?
Okay. Yeah, sounds good, yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. Lead the way, mate.
Then Wayne spots one of the drug dealers.
Blue noise there behind us, blue with glasses on.
The football cops have no official powers here, so they hand over to the Maltese police.
We think we've got an England fan who is selling drugs, potentially. Might be worth police officers stopping and speaking to him.
Do you have pointed him?
Yes, we know where he is.
Yeah, he is in front.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
The suspect makes a run for it.
Sweetheart, relax.
Well, relax yourself, mate.
Relax.
So the local cops catch and cuff him. Lizzie steps in to make sure he knows what's happening and why he's been nicked.
These are his glasses. Can I pop his glasses on for him?
Yes, of course.
Put your glasses on, darling, so you can see, yeah? All right, there you go. If that had happened at home, I would be thinking straight away, given the appropriate information that we are required to give, put my body cam on. So it was really important for me at that point that he was not frightened of what was going on.
He did a runner, and then he's back round, and as he's coming down here, they've detained him. Initially, it was a negative search. Then they took him to a van and did a more thorough search and found 17 wraps of what were believed to be Class A drugs. He was taken into custody, and the day after, they conducted a search of his hotel, where a further 20 wraps of controlled drugs were also found in his hotel. You feel good that you have got it right, and you've taken them drugs off the streets.
There is a little bit of an adrenaline rush. You think, oh, that's them. Especially when you're looking at in a foreign country in a crowd of thousands of people. I always say it's like a massive game of Where's Wally, and you get really excited when you find the person that you're looking for.
On match day, it's been a good trip for the football cops. There's been no trouble with any England fans and just the one arrest for drugs.
Now then, lads, you all right?
Are you doing all right?
Yeah, we're in football policing unit. How are you all doing? You okay?
Very well, how are you?
Yeah, you all right, mate? Yeah.
Good.
What time are you travelling? What time are you going up?
To the ground?
Yeah.
Well, where the buses travelling, they've put some proper buses in there. So
these buses, yeah, just from the bus station down the way.
Get one person off the coach. Just one. Right now, get one.
It's great to get something positive out of it in terms of making sure that we've done a good job.
There's an empty seat on there for your mate somewhere. Cheers.
We identify people. The fans are happy. We've got, you know, the Maltese police are happy. For me, it's always about we are now building up to the Euros, and the Euros are going to be massive, and I think it will be the first tournament in a long time where it's fairly easy to get to. So I think we're going to have a lot of England supporters going.
No issues whatsoever outside. England fans have queued, orderly queues coming in. Quite a steady flow, which assists as well. They've not come last minute, so they've listened to when we've been in town, the FA, the Football Supporters Association, them key messages saying get to the stadium in time so you can get in through the turnstiles. And it's worked. There's been no issue, been no pushing.
And a 4-0 win to England is the perfect end for the visiting fans.
The more we can influence, engage, deal with, you know, build rapport with those fans who go all the time, the better it's going to be in terms of when we deploy in Germany in 2024.
Next time on Football Cops, fighting breaks out below the stands.
It is a heightened situation. People are swinging punches at that point.
Not a spare seat to be had here at Brunton Park this afternoon.
Arrests are made before the game even starts.
He's got 2 bags of Class A.
Set pyrotechnic off.
Pyrotechnic.
And pushed you.
And the cops face a mass pitch invasion.
Your adrenaline gets going, it's hectic, it's crowded.
From this side, it's just coming from the pitch.
But realistically, it's your job going to those sort of situations and try and do your best to make it right.
Rival fans breach the segregation lines and there's derby danger at Wembley. Stream the next episode now or join us tomorrow at 10 as Football Cops concludes. But from the stands to the stars, with unprecedented access to a life of a football legend, it's the on and off-pitch documentary Rooney, streaming now on Channel 4. Next though here, we're spending 24 hours in police custody.